Hello and how are you? My name is Mahino Barak and I'm having the record the call in today's lecture. We're going to proceed from the previous lectures that we've been covering, and as you know, we always do 40 minutes, so I've started the time. As you can see, we're going to do 40 minutes today, and then in today's topic we're going to proceed from what started in the previous video, which is the local how we can implement the local databases, or how you can use the offline databases on the mobile phone to save the users data. So if this is your first lecture, I recommend you to go to our YouTube channel that will always put these lectures, or you can find the link in the description of this video, and follow the playlist of these lectures of learning how to make mobile applications using in Flutter. The link will be in the description of this video. So if you a completely new developer, like you don't have too much ideas about programming, or you've never programmed, I recommend you to first come and watch these videos, beginning from the video number 1, where I'll give you the baby steps of how you can get started, the software that you need to get started, things that you need to install in your laptop. All those things we'll take you through them step by step without skipping any step. So I would recommend you to watch those videos, beginning from the number 1. Then watch as you do what? Watch as you practice. So by the time you reach this level, you should be having very good grounds of mobile application development. However, if you're already a developer, or if you've been following these videos and you're on the same level with us at this moment, or you've been in the previous lectures and you're the same level with us, then these videos will not be necessary for you to do what? To begin watching. You can still take it from here. However, this course is going to be very good for both developers who are already programming, and also the new developers who are going to start programming. The course will be good for you because we're going to implement good practices that are used in real world programming. So with that much said, I'm going to open my project, and then I explain a few things for those who are here for the first time, or for those who are not following the previous lectures. And then after explaining how we structure the program, our program, then I'll go ahead and resume with what we are doing. So in the previous lecture, we had started implementing how we can make a simple diary application where you can save your records in your phone and you can read them later. So with that application, by the time we finish that application, you'll have understood almost everything that you need to create a local database. So I'll stop the application and I'll explain everything step by step. So this is me stopping the application, stopping the emulator, and I'm going to close Android Studio. So if you've been following, you now know what's meant by Android Studio. You now know why you need Android Studio, if you already have idea. If you don't, then I would recommend you to first go back, because something that we're going to use here are going to be a little bit technical on this level. Okay, so this is the project that we've been using. We call it Learn Flutter. We've been using to practice with, even the previous lecture, the one that we did. So I'm going to open this project called Learn Flutter. Then when I open it, this is what we'll see. So after, I'm going to show you where the program, the Flutter project starts from. So the Android operating system will call this file. So this is where you can collapse and hide the files. So these are our files in the Flutter project. If you've been following, you know what's meant by these files. And then we have .lib, the lib folder, and then we have the main app. So this is the main file. So this main file is the one that is being that is called by the operating system when the application starts. Okay. So inside this main file, then we'll have our home page. So this home page is the place where we have things that you're seeing on the main screen. So I'm going to run this application so that I can explain the code while you're seeing things on the screen. So let me go ahead and open my emulators. My computer is a little bit powerful, so it can handle emulators. But if your computer is having less than 8 GB RAM, I don't recommend you to use emulators. You can use your phone, connect your phone to your laptop, and then use your phone as a as a texting device, not emulators. Emulator can really slow your laptop, but mine is a beast. It is a very powerful machine, so it cannot be slowed. So, but if you're having like a normal Windows machine, which is having like 80 GB RAM, an i5 Y7, it's better to use a mobile phone as as an emulator. Otherwise, if you use emulator on the laptop, it will really slow your laptop. So, and it can demoralize you. So I've opened my emulator here, and in the previous video we showed you how you can connect to your laptop. So I've opened the emulator there. I'm going to run the application. So to run the application, just simply click here on the run. So it's going to process and open the application. So as the application is being opened, so I'll take you back to the main file. So you'll see this is the main file. It is calling where there is home. There is a home screen, or what you call home page. So if I press Ctrl and click on this one, press Ctrl and hold it and click on this, it will take you to that to the home screen. This home screen is nothing but a file. Okay, so if you follow all of the previous videos, you'll see these are just nothing. They're just files. Okay, but files with codes that follow a certain syntax, or codes that follow certain processes. So I will go ahead and click here. So when you click here, it will take you to the file where you are. So when I press there, it is taking me to this home page file, which is this one here. So this is where the application starts from. So this is the application. So it is having here the word home page. This is the app bar. We have already explained these things in the previous videos, what is made by app bar, scaffold, everything that we are demonstrating here. If you are following the previous lectures, we have already explained. But still we are not very far. Okay, so this is the app bar. This app bar is the one that you see here on top here. So if I change this word from home page, I can say, for example, my home page. And Flutter has a technology called hot reload, in a way that if I save, it will automatically save and refresh the screen. So when I press Ctrl S, I'll be able to see my home page. Can you see? You can see that. So it means that I am able even to compile this application and make it an APK file and put it on Google Play Store, or send it to other people's phone and they start using it. So that is the beauty of these knowledges. So you find it's something very simple, right? So in this home page, we are having the app bar. You can see the app bar, which is having the word home page. And then we have a safe area. Safe area is the area that avoids your content not from going in the status bar on top there. And then after, we have a list view. So list view, we demonstrated all these widgets in the previous lectures. So list view is a scrollable interface that you can add many items in a list. So you see we're having a list view. It is taking what we call children. Children is a list of items that we're going to display on this particular interface. So it can be as many as possible. So we introduced an item called list style, or a widget called list style. This list style, it helps to organize your content in a form of a list and things that are commonly used in a list. For example, it will give you a place where you can put your title, and then you'll see our title will be there. It will give you a place where you can put a subtitle. You'll see a subtitle will be here. And then it will give you a place where you can put a leading icon. This leading icon, you can see it here. And then it will give you also a place where you can put a trailing icon, the icon that you're seeing at last here. So it gives you ability to organize your things with simplicity. Then it gives you a listener on tap. This on tap is a function that when you click on this function will do what? Will be called. It is called on tap. So when you click on this on tap function, we write the logic that will navigate you from this level to another to another level, or to another screen. So now this is a single This is a single list item. I can collapse it here. So I'll see another one, and I can also collapse it here. So you can see we're having so many list items that are here. So these list items, they are different topics that we've been covering in the previous classes. Okay, so if you come here, you'll see the thing that we've been covering in the previous lecture, where we're having the stack, we're having the flex, we're having the text styling. So when you click on the text styling, it will take you to the code. So if you watch the previous videos very carefully, you'll be able to understand how to do all these things that you're seeing on this list. So, and we're doing them step by step without skipping any step. All right. So we looked at all these things in the previous lectures, and we are now at this level where we are trying to implement a diary book or a simple diary. All right. I can see. So we're going to implement a simple diary application. So this is where we are right now. Here we are here. So if you're feeling like you're not understanding anything, then mean that we have not practiced the previous videos. So I'll recommend you to go. That is the main point that I'm talking right now. If you're feeling like confused, or if you're feeling like you're not getting anything, I recommend you to watch from the lecture number 1, of which the video link has been shared. In that lecture, I will show you everything step by step, without skipping any step, how to install and everything, what you need to do. So now we are at this point. So as you can see, this is a diary application. So if I save this, if I change this word to application and I save, you'll see the word will change to application. So send it back to app. So this is a simple application that you're trying to implement, whereby someone will be able to register or create an account in their mobile phone, and then after creating an account, they can log in, and then after logging in, they can start saving in their diaries, and they can as well log out. So that application will give us experience of how we can play with local database. Okay, so this is the application. So when you click on it, so when I tap on it, as you can see here on tap listener, it will take you to the app diary landing screen. So this landing screen, when I press Ctrl and I click on it, I'll see it is nothing but a screen. So this is the file of the app diary, application diary. So we'll be able to build many diary. We'll build a news application. We'll build so many applications that we'll be using for practicing, so that we can understand how to do these things, how to make use of this programming language. So you see, this is an app diary, and it's this folder of app diary. We're having this first file, which is called the diary landing. In this diary landing, it is like a splash screen, or the first screen that we implement when someone clicks on this app diary. So in this first screen, there are things that we did. First of all, we'll check if someone is logged in or someone is not logged in. So you can ask, how can we create a function that will be called automatically when someone clicks on when a screen loads? So that function is called init state, or you can call it initialize state. Init state function. It will be called by the operating system when you open a screen. So you see here, when you're opening this diary screen, inside this init state, we have a function called login check. This login check, it will be called immediately when the screen of app diary landing is opened. So if I comment this one by putting double colons in front of it, and I save and I update the application, it means that this application will just start. It will not call the login check. So let me go ahead and click on it. You can see I've closed it. I've commented here. So when I open here, our application is just showing that the diary book has opened. Okay, but there is no other action that is taking place. But we want, when someone opens the diary book, or when someone opens this diary application, we want the diary to show this icon for like 5 seconds. Then after showing the icon for 5 seconds for the sake of branding, we want the application to logically check if someone is logged in or not logged in. If they are logged in, it takes them to the main screen or the home screen of the application. If they are not logged in, it should take them to the login screen. So how do we do that? So you can see our application is there statically. It is not doing anything. Why? Because I've not asked it to do so. So if we wanted to automatically call the function of checking the login and do that, all that what I've told you, you have to create here, you have to override this method called init state. To override this method is very simple. You just write init state, and then the ID will suggest for you, and then you just press enter. It will just implement for you everything that you want. So let me comment everything. Now let's go ahead and implement. So I wrote here a function. Okay, I wrote here a function that says login check. It is a synchronous function. So login check. So when you say login check, it first gets the user who is logged in. We have already worked on the logic of logging a user. Of creating a user who is logged in, and then also it makes, after getting the user who is logged in, after calling this function, you can watch the previous video, the previous lecture video. After calling this function, if someone is logged in, it will first delay for 5 seconds. So if you didn't know how to delay an application, this is how you delay it. You just simply say await future.delayed, and then you put constant, and then put duration, and then you put the number of seconds that you want the application to delay. So we are doing this delay on purpose. Of course, the application can even be faster than this. We are doing this delay on purpose that we should maybe do the branding of application, like the way when you open WhatsApp, they first delay the WhatsApp and tell you WhatsApp from Meta. They first show you 3 seconds. It's not that the application is slow. No, they do it purposely to brand and advertise and put that branding in your minds that you're now using WhatsApp. When you open Instagram, the same thing happens. So it's not that the application is slow or your phone is slow. They are doing it purposely. So we are also implementing the same thing here. We are showing our logo with our background color, and then we delay for 5 seconds. After delaying for 5 seconds, remember I've already done the logic of getting the logged in user. So we are doing this purposely. We check, is this person logged in? If he's logged in, we move them to the diary. If they are logged in, we move them to the what? The application diary of what? Of login screen. If they are not login screen, we move them to the home page of the application. If they are not logged in, we move them to the what? To the login screen. All right? I hope you understand that. So how do you move someone from one screen to another? That is your task. You just ask that Google, and then they'll be able to explain to you. Or you just watch the previous video lectures. You'll be able to understand how we do that. So it means that once you learn something, how, for example, to move from one screen to another, it means that you learn it forever, and you'll never do what? You'll never forget it. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to uncomment this logic of checking if this logic of checking if someone is logged in. So our application will open, show loading, and then after showing loading, it will delay for 3 seconds. After delaying for 3 seconds, it will check if someone is logged in, take them to the login screen. If it's not, then it will take them. So I've uncommented this function. It means that this function will not be called immediately when this page is opened. So alright, let's go back, and then I open our application again. So when I open there, I'll see loading, and then after 3 seconds, it will take me to the what? To the login screen. As you can see, the login screen is there. Alright, so after putting the login screen, so we're going to create our simple login screen that will allow someone to log in. It's going to be just a simple login screen. And then don't mind about user interface. Right now we're minding about the what? The logic. Okay? Then the time for user interface will come also. So right now here, we're going to put the place where someone will enter their username and password. If they are not there, they can also register. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. So we'll go to the login screen. So at the login screen? The login screen is here. Okay, the login screen is here. So you can see diary app login. Okay, so I can simply add here the word screen to make sure that I'm on the good screen, on the right screen. You can see it is there. So good. Now let's go ahead and put here our form that's going to be used for what? For login. So we have already implemented another good thing about mobile application development is that you create your widgets or you create your items only one time. Next time you want them, you just go ahead and copy them and start reusing them. So since you are practicing all these practices, I'm going to show you also how to do that. It's not that I'm lazy, I don't want to code, but I'm going to show you that technique. Of course, that is going also to help you how to do it, how to reuse your code. So if you can come here, we go back. If you can come here, you'll see you already have the form with even the validators. Okay, So why would I again go ahead and create a free form and a fresh form? Yet I have a form here. That will waste my time. So since we are training you everything, I'm going to copy this form and then just use some fields for it to do what? To work as my login screen. So where is this form? You can see how our code is organized. This is called form validator. It is in the screen called form validator. So I'll open here my project and then come and look for that thing called form validator. You can see it is here, number 9, form validator. So if I open it, I'll be able to see the scaffold. So I can simply come here to where there is the body. So I can copy the whole body and reuse it. Alright, let's do that. So to copy the whole body, I'll just simply collapse it from here. This is how you collapse it. And then I go ahead and select the whole container and copy. So the ID will give you ability to collapse and expand. So I collapse the whole code, this one here, and copy it. Alright, then after doing that, I'm going to come to our home page. I'm into our login screen here, and then paste it there, paste it here. Alright, so after copying this body, I've copied the body. I'll navigate back to the screen of the login. To navigate back, you press and hold the Alt key, and then you press the Tab key. After holding the Alt key, you can press the Tab key to navigate. If you're using Mac laptop, you can use Control key to navigate through the files that you've opened. So I'm coming here to this file of what? Of diary login here, right? So I'm going to come here where there is body. I'm going to remove this rubbish that is there so I can have the body here. So let me go back to the screen that I was just coming from. You see, this is body. I just collapse it. So there are techniques that we are showing you. I'm going to copy this guy here, the container, and then come and paste it here. All right. So that's how I've pasted it. So that's how Flutter becomes simple for you to use. So I'm going to see it is having a few errors or a few things that have not been imported. The first one is the form builder. So watch the previous videos or the previous lecture videos that we have covered. We have explained form builder beginning from zero, step by step, the package that you need to install the form builder, how to implement the form builder, different fields, how to create a calendar, how to pick a date, how to pick time, how to create a drop down. So all those things we have explained them in the previous 40-minute videos that are in this playlist. So to do yourself a favor, I recommend you to sit down, start watching those videos, but don't watch them as a movie. Watch them as you practice for your good. So I'm going to press Alt and Enter so that this can be imported. Or you can just simply click on it and then press on this red bulb and then say import package. So once you import package, then it will stop crying. So this is a variable that I've not created. I can come and initialize it here. So I can copy this and then come and paste it here. This is just nothing but a what? But a variable. Where do I need to put it? No, I have to put it. Yeah. Let me remove this const. Yeah, remove this guy. Alright, so what else is still crying? So we can go slowly. We see this has not been imported. Just press Alt and Enter. It will bring you import. Or you can just simply move your mouse there and then come to this red bulb and then say import. Then it will import the validators. Yeah, so this is a toast. You can import the toast. Alright, everything is alright. So I'll go ahead and save. Okay, I see there's still an error. So where's an error? It is there in that screen. Where is it exactly? It is this one. It's not supposed to be content. All right. There's still an error. Let's see where it is. Click here. I think there's no more error. There is an error. Okay. I think. All right, let's come to here and see what is causing an error. So it is here. All right, constant class cannot become a non-constant. Let's see. All right, okay, I have to go back. Sorry, I have to go back and open afresh. Hopefully. All right, I think I'll need to restart the app. Let's restart the application. You just simply click there to restart it, because things were made constant. Good. So we are good now. We are good. So now you're just simply going to make a simple application. So here is going to enter your full name, your phone number. We can remove email. Okay, just enter your full name, your username, then your password, and then confirm password. For registration, we can do that. For example, we can really do that, right? Okay, so let's do that. Let's do that, guys. Okay, so now let's make it simple. Just your full name, your phone number, and the password. As simple as that. Because right now we are focusing on something else, which is what? The local database. So it's going to be your full name, your phone number, and password. So let's go ahead and remove, your full name, your username, and password. So let's go ahead and remove, change the word phone number to full name, to username. So we'll just simply come to our app, which is login here, and then after reaching the application, so our target is, we want to change the word phone number to what? To username. So you go ahead and put here username, and then I'll come here and put the word username. All right, and save. So after doing that, okay, this is the login screen, so we don't need full name also. We just need username and password. So I'll go ahead and remove this guy. So you collapse it and then remove it. So we are going to leave their username. All right, we are going to remove email. Okay, we're going to remove also, we're going to leave only password. Okay, we're going to remove the confirm password. All right. Okay, so that's it. Submit. All right, so this submit button, we're going to change it to login. Okay, we're going to change it to login. Login. Okay, then this reset button, we're going to change this register. Simple as that. We can change the color and make this one maybe red, green. All right, so this one is for registration, this one is for what? For logging in. All right, then everything is all right. So how we do these interfaces, refer to the previous lectures, and the videos are step by step. Okay, so we want now someone to be able to create an account before they log in. So we have not worked on the logic of creating an account. We want first someone to create an account, then they come back and then they log in. So the first thing to begin with is to create the what? The registration screen. So let's go ahead and create the registration screen. But as I told you, we are not going to create something from scratch, since the login screen is like the registration screen. So we're going to just copy this login screen and reuse it as what? As registration screen. That helps to save your what? Your time. So they're the thing that we want you to do what? To be experienced with. So I'll open the screen. So this is our login screen. I'm just going to copy it. So I'll first click on it and then copy, Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V to paste. This is going to be number 3. Okay, number 3. And then it's going to be application diary, and I'm going to call this one register. So we already have number 3. It's going to be number 4. Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V. It's going to be number 4. So why are we numbering them? We are numbering them so that we should have our code in order. Next time when you want to practice, you should be able to know which file is following the other. That's why I'm numbering them. So I'm going to change this one to register. After changing it to register, I'm going to change also the name of the class. So I'll select the whole class, okay, and then I copy it, and then press Ctrl+F and press Alt and Enter. So when you select the whole the class of app diary login screen, you select the name, okay, and then after you copy it, which is Ctrl+C, and then you search for it, Ctrl+F. So if you want to edit all the names that are having this same class, if you want to edit all of them, just press Alt and Enter. Okay, Alt, hold it, and then press Enter. So if you're using Mac laptop, you press Option and then Enter. Option key, hold it, and then press Enter. So by doing like that, you'll be able to multi-edit. Okay, you see I can be able to edit in multiple lines. So I'm going to change the name of this class to what? To register screen. Register screen. So like this. So I'm going to change this one here, up there, diary app login. I'm going to change it diary app register or create account. All right. So after doing that, after doing that, the next thing, we are now going to write the logic that if someone clicks on this register button, they should be moved to the screen of the register. Remember, I've just finished creating the screen of what? Of register. So let's go ahead and do that logic. I'll just simply copy the app diary register screen name. I copy its name. Then I come back to what? To the login screen. Then I come to this button of register. This button of register, where is it? It is this one. So when someone clicks there, he should be taken to the what? Registration screen. So it will just simply be just like the way where push and then you open and then you put there context, just put context and then material root and then put builder and then put context and then say you remove this constant and then just put here the screen, okay, the registration screen. So if you want to import this registration screen, just press Alt and Enter, it will be imported. Okay, so there it is. So this piece of code that I've just written here, it is the code that does the logic of switching you from registration screen to what? Of switching you from this login screen to the registration screen. So let's go ahead and do that. So when someone clicks here register, you see they're taken to the registration screen. Let me do it again. When someone clicks on register, they're taken to the what? To registration screen. So alright, after doing the registration screen, now also when someone really clicks on login, they should be taken back to the login screen, okay? So, or we can do it in a simpler way. We say that if you don't have an account, register, something like that. We can also as well do that. But save time, let's be, when someone clicks register, they will take them to the registration screen. So if they click register while they're on the registration screen, they should be able to register. If someone clicks login and they're on the registration screen, they should be taken back to the login screen. So let's go on the registration screen and do the same reverse thing. So I'll come here to the registration screen. I put the listener on the login screen here. Okay. I remove this validator. Now, I want when someone clicks on this login screen, they should be taken back to the app diary login screen. So I just simply put here app diary login screen. This one here. So we have created our simple navigation. Then here maybe I'll put the validation now. I'll explain this validation things, okay? So I want when someone clicks on the login, they are taken back to the login screen. And they click on register, they are taken back to the what? To the register screen. All right. Now let's go ahead and do the registration logic, okay? Here. So when you're someone registering, we need their name, we need their password. Their name, their username, and their password. All right. So let's go to the registration screen. It is the one that we are on right now. Then let's go ahead and add the first name, the full name user interface. So I'll copy this user interface for the username and then I paste it there. All right. So this one, I'm just going to change its name to full name. Okay, and then here we are going to change its label to full name, like this, and save. So someone will enter their first name, their full name, and last one. So you can put validation. You know how we demonstrate the validation. So you can just simply say validation and make it required. Okay. So just simply put here validator, then say form builder validators dot required. So this one will make it required in a way that when someone submits without it, we will run this function of validating. If someone doesn't have the information, it will do what? It will say it is required. Okay, so that's how you write these validators. Okay, so there are so many things that you can pass in validators, as we demonstrated in the previous lectures. All right, so if you come here to the registration button, so this is the registration button. Okay, so when you click on the registration button, we have put the validation logic. You see, we say form.currentstate.validate. This is how you validate. So if it brings wrong, you see I'm putting here not. If it fails, I'm showing a toast. Okay, a toast is that pop-up message that shows up. I'm showing a toast and say it has failed to validate. If it succeeds, I'll show a what? A success. If it succeeds for validating. So if I come here and just try to click, you see everything is failed. You see failed, and then here we put the reason why it failed. It cannot be empty because we put the validator that this space is required, etc. The way it is here. So I can put here John Black. Okay, and then we say register, you'll see it says John Black is okay, but username is still missing. So I can put username as John, and when I say register, still password is missing. So I can put 1234 as their password. So if you want to obscure this password, of course it is possible. You can just simply say obscure here in the password in the password field, and then say true. So when you do like this, the password will be obscured. All right, so let's go ahead and put am I in the right screen? Yeah, it is obscuring them. You see, it's hiding them. So I can put one. I can go ahead and put 1, 2, 3, 4. And now when I click on register, so I say minimum password should be 6. That's why it is limiting me. So when I say 6 and I click on register, you'll see success. So here at the point of success, here it is where now we're going to do the logic of saving the user to the local database when they are registering. Okay, that's where you're going to do the logic of what? Of saving the user to the local database. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead. How many time remaining is there? 1 minute. So let's go ahead and create the model that is going to work as an offline database. So we're going to have a separate register for users that is going to work as an offline database. Okay, so in simple terms, this tends to be the online database whereby you're getting the information from the online. But since you have not reached the HTTP request, all that, we are going to create still our database for users locally. Okay, so when someone logs in, we'll first check him if he exists on that on that database. So when you implement that, you'll have enough understanding of how local databases work. So we're going to create a local a local database for users. So we're going to create a model for what? For users that will be able to save the information even locally. So if you come to our files, you'll be able to see we have a folder for models. Okay, so here models, we have logged in user, we have movie, we have some other things. Okay, so we're going to create a separate model that we're going to call a user database. We could duplicate this model, but let us go ahead and create our own from scratch, so that we can again understand or practice new things. I mean the same thing that we did, so we can be able again to be on the same level. So I'll go ahead and create a new model. So if you've been watching the previous lectures, you've been following, then you shouldn't be confused by what is meant by a model. So again, to create a model, which is going to be just a database for what? For users who are registered in our application. So our time is up. We're going to have a short break. Alright, but let me first create this model and then you have a short break. So I'll just simply come to new and then say file, and I'm going to call it user. So you can put user model if you want to. I can put model for me to separate, or you can just simply put user and then say dot. Okay. After doing that, you're going to create here a class and call it user, like this, user model, like that. So this class, what will it have? It will have int of id. By default it will be 0. It will have a what? A name, which will be a string, and then it will also have a what? The password. Yeah. So that's enough for us to be able to elaborate how to implement these other things. So now in the next lecture, the next session, we are going now to see how we can save the person who is logged in on the what? On the local database, and also how we can retrieve the person who is logged in from the what? From the local database. All right, let's go ahead and have a break of only 5 minutes. So by exactly 7, we should be back and resume for another session, unless there is a question.